as it relates to grief, you wonder, when is this ever going to let me go? Like, when is it going to finally, like, because it's heavy. I know people say time heals all wounds. When's it gonna let me go a little bit?
And I'll say this because as I've matured through my grief, I remember early on, and I've seen my progression with even working with people through grief. And early on, I would use this term, always healing, ing, never healed, ed, on this side of eternity. And I was saying that over and over, and kind of giving people that freedom, so to speak, that you're gonna always be dealing with this and this kind of thing. And I was listening to a sermon, and it touched my heart. I'm glad that God had me watching that sermon, and I realized I wasn't allowing God to heal me, because I kept saying healing, never healed. And what I realized with that, and I always knew it, but that sermon brought it home for me. He was speaking on a whole different topic, but this is what I got from it. God made my granddaughter. So when she passed away and left that void in me, God knows the exact size of that void. But I had made the decision by saying healing, never healed. I made the decision not to ever let God touch that.
Wow.
And I kept saying, I'm always going to have this void. I'm always healing. I won't be healed until I get to glory. This is just something I got. And I realized, just like salvation, God ain't going to make you take it. So I had to release and say, God, touch that spot too. Because he knows exactly what it takes to fill that spot, because he created the person that used to fill it. Right? Now, just like anything else, and I show people this little scar on my wrist here and stuff like that, my arm is healed from my bone being broken and poking out of my arm, but there's a scar there that's evidence of work being done. So God can, if I let God have that void, he will fill it. But the scar of the surgery is a showing that I had a void there. So I'm always going to carry that scar. It might itch, it might tingle, and that's you thinking about that loved one. But you can allow God to heal it.
Yeah.
Right? And we're all an accumulation of our scars. That's what we are. And so I think it's possible for it to be healed with a scar or the wound that we're going to always carry, but we have to give God access to it. And I don't necessarily think that we're in charge of how long we grieve, but I think we're a little bit in charge of the intensity and perhaps some of the length of how we grieve, by how much of it we release and give to God to help us with it. And that's not leaving my loved one behind and moving on. It's me moving forward, carrying that grief with me. Because I think a lot of us are like, if I heal, that's like I never loved them. That's a lie.
Wow.
We can heal and still carry them with us. Because I tell folks this, it's like, if I fell off a bicycle and broke my leg, how long should I wait before I go to the doctor? Everybody like, you need to go immediately. Okay. So you have a loved one that died and broke your heart. How long you gonna wait to go get that taken care of?